And our CBS 21 political insiders join us, Democratic strategist Tony May and Republican Charlie Giroux.
Welcome, guys. As always, let's begin with Governor Corbett. We just ran a story about his poll numbers being down. A lot of people say this is significant from the last poll ran in November. He's not very popular right now. What's causing that?
Polls are snapshots. They are little pictures in time. There are going to be a lot of polls taken over the course of the next year and a half. And interestingly, most governors at this particular juncture in their first term aren't very popular for a whole lot of reasons. Tom Corbett, of course, inherited a gigantic budget hole that he had to fill. He did it without raising taxes, as he promised the taxpayers he would do, but he had to make some decisions that weren't always, in the short term, politically popular. But Tony will remember his old boss, Governor Casey. You know, they were talking about him losing re-election because he had just lost a huge tax reform fight. They called Tom Ridge one-term Tom. And Ed Rendell's numbers at this point in his first term were about the same as Tom Corbett. So I don't pay too much attention at this point. He has a very ambitious legislative agenda. If he is successful in winning those legislative fights, politically he'll be fine. If he doesn't win them, then we can have another conversation.
Polls only seem to matter, Tony, to those in the lead.
Well, I think what Charlie's given a good snapshot of what's happened in Pennsylvania over the last 3 or 4 different governors we've had. I think the polls are really like a recipe book for how to get popular. How you look at the polls, the NCAA thing was good. He should try to make it better. The polls seem to indicate that there's great support for selling the liquor stores. We'll see how that goes for him. He can recover because other governors have recovered. And I would have to say right now, if you haven't noticed, we're all seeing a lot more of Governor Corbett out on the hustings, you know, making speeches, going to see newspaper editors, radio and TV stations. You talk to him here. He's making an effort to get out and present his message, which I think will all help.
Well, speaking of privatization of the PLCB, Charlie, there's some action tomorrow on that.
We're hoping that the third time
Charlie's going to buy it.
You're darn right. I wish I had the bucks. Tony and I are going to be partners.
I see. That'll be a nice partnership.
In the interest of full disclosure, I am part of a coalition called the Coalition to End the Liquor Monopoly in Pennsylvania. We think that's very, very important public policy. It's going to be great for consumers. It's going to be good for the economy. It's going to be good for the state.
Tell us why, because a lot of people argue it wouldn't be. So
well, I mean, the folks that argue it won't be largely are the retail clerks, and frankly, I think you're going to see in the legislation as it's finally worked out that their particular interests are taken care of. People, you say, argue it isn't. They're the distinct minority in Pennsylvania because for years, poll after poll has showed the overwhelming majority of people think that this will be a better system, a more convenient, more modern, more consumer-friendly system than we currently have. We're in the dark ages when it comes to liquor.
Well, then why has it always failed?
Well, because the devil is in the details, and they remain in the details. Everybody is looking to see what the governor is going to promise tomorrow. Early word was, as we talked with Senator Mike Fulmer here just on Sunday, is that there's going to be special opportunities for mom and pop beer distributors to be able to get liquor license, not just liquor and beer, but also wine licenses that no one else will have. Is it going to be affordable? Will it work? And in the final analysis, Charlie is right. What every consumer wants is to be able to buy liquor and wine anywhere, anytime, at a lower price than they're paying today. If we can do all of those things, the governor will be a hero. If he fails in any one of those areas, I mean, the plan still may not pass.
All right, we'll have to see what happens. Tony May, Charlie Giroux, guys, thank you. As always, you can see our political insiders here on CBS 21 News at 5:30 on Tuesdays.
And for your statewide political news, join us on